Just walked through the building, came out back. My parents are in the dining room in there jamming out, so I don't know if you can hear that. But the weather's so nice today that I'm gonna come out here and clean the gutters off the back of this part of the building. There's stuff growing out of it. It's brown right now, but you know, spring's coming, so we're gonna get a lot of rain. All this stuff is just gonna, the water's just gonna come down and just run over the edge, and I don't want it rotting out the eaves up here, so I need to get it all cleaned out. Take me as long as I was expecting it to. In some places, like right through here, it kind of came out in big chunks, and there's still a lot of leaves and dirt and stuff in here, but once we get a couple good rains, it'll just wash it right down. So all of the downspouts are cleared out. Got a little bit of leaves and dirt up here. It's not a big deal, but it's so neat to be up here because this is one of the sawtooths that coming down we're going to take down. It's 90 some feet to the other end there. It's just neat to see it from this perspective. The giant hole right there. And then come down here. This is actually another room we're going to take off, just the roof. Down in here, you see there's a hole in there, just gathering a bunch of leaves. This is actually growing on the roof, but that's going to come out. But it's so cool that you can see all the way down there and see the difference in the sawtooth. So this is the last one without windows, and then the next one there, right here, starts with the windows, which is where we're gonna, the section that we're gonna keep from there, that direction. So like this one here has a giant hole in it there. Not sure if I really want to walk across this yet to make it to this roof, because we're gonna try to keep that. This is actually bathrooms here. So I might try to eventually walk this, get to that side, but I'll probably go down there and look up, kind of see what this looks like from underneath. If it looks like it's pretty solid, can't tell from here, but it's just neat to be up here and get a different perspective of the whole building. I can't imagine what's gonna look like with this whole section out of here. It's gonna be pretty wild. So like I said, this roof we're planning on keeping, and it's actually pretty solid, so I think we'll probably just be able to put, you know, resurface it, and it'd probably be all right. This little thing here needs some work, but you know, it's not the end of the world. I mean, it's not terrible. It's new siding and kind of button up around the edges, keeps water from getting in. But I think I'm gonna call it quits up here. I think I'm gonna go down in the dining room for the rest of the day and help my parents out over there, and then I'll probably come back tomorrow and start cleaning up the stuff that's down in here by those windows where we took all of these sections out. I might start cleaning up along that end where those boxes and stuff were, where those windows are, because I'd like to start working on getting those windows out so they don't get broken. So I think that's what I'm gonna work on tomorrow, but for now I'm gonna go down and help them in the dye room. So I'll gather my stuff and head down. I will never get tired of coming around this corner and seeing all this natural light coming in to the building. It's so wild to come up to it and see this big brick structure and come in and it's just all light and open. It's so cool. And it's even cooler to see the lights peeking through this end still. I can't wait to see this more opened up. But before I really do that, I want to get more of this stuff cleaned out. So, like I talked about, I'm gonna focus on getting this ramp pulled out first. Give me a little more room to pull this stuff out. And then grab all these boxes in this corner out and pull them out of the way so we can sort of look at these windows a little closer. I lost track of how many of these boxes there were. I think I got to about 30 and then I just got into a work trance and just completely forgot to count. So I think there's about 50 though. But here's what they are. According to the box, they're labeled as a small swatch rack, and they have sections where there's little dowels here. I think there's about 4 of them. And then on the bottom, flip it over, there's a section here for this little caster on it, so you can kind of move them around. So I don't know what we're gonna do with 50 of them, but that's how many we have. But that's a pretty good weekend's worth of work. But before I leave, I'm gonna come over here and try to take a rake and kind of even out the dumpster, because I'm gonna have that emptied this week. And then I'm gonna hopefully not have to struggle getting this door pulled down, but it always gives me a fight. So I'll get that down and I'm gonna head out. It's been a pretty productive weekend, but it just, all this stuff takes time, especially walking those boxes on a cart with 2 flat wheels from that end all the way down across all this bumpy floor, through there, missing the holes in the floor to that other far wall. So it's quite a haul from that end over and then back. And I think I got about 5 on the wagon at a time. So, but anyway, I really appreciate everyone watching. If you could just consider subscribing, and I'll see you next time. Thanks. Bye.